Right, hello everybody, thanks for joining me. I'm finally out on a bike again after over 3 months, not counting the time I went out and got about this far before the battery died. So when was that? Was that June sometime? June or early July, I can't remember. So the last time I was on the road apart from that was the trip I did to the west coast at the end of April. But I think I'm finally just about recovered. So I'm off to get an MOT, hopefully. What's it now? The 15th of August. So it's 3.5 months I've been off the road. And the only two good things about it are, first, that I didn't miss a good summer, and second, I managed to get quite a bit of the Cornwall trip done. Day 3 just about done. Apart from that, I wasn't really capable of doing anything. Of course, the day I'm coming out from the MOT, we've got a bit of rain. Well, I'm not bothered about that, as long as I get the MOT and then I can go out when I feel like it. Just while I'm mentioning the Cornwall trip, it might be the end of next week before I get the next episode out, because I've got quite a lot to do. After being out of commission for over 3 months, there's lots of stuff that hasn't been done that needs to be done. Bobby seems fine with his new battery. I've replaced it with a gel battery, which hopefully will last a while. The only problem with it is it's very slightly bigger than the old battery, so the silly rubber bands that hold the battery in won't fit. I can get the rubber bands on, but then the outer case won't fit, so I've had to leave them off. No great loss, but a pain anyway. I've stuck one of the rubber bands around the outside just to give a little bit more help to the box in case it decides to pop open. I'm going to go the back roads, because if it is wet, I don't want to get stuck behind wagons kicking up all the spray and muck off the road. I've got plenty of time, so if you have a look here, I've got my 360 mount back on. I've modified it So we'll see how it does. Well, it's wetter here. We're right beneath Wivis the rainmaker though. Ben Wivis. It's up there in amongst all that cloud. Right, let's see what this does. Because I'll have no idea till I'm editing whether the wobble has been reduced enough. I mean, it is wobbling, but that's partly because it's quite high on that mount. Well, that's the Cromarty Fair down there, in case you were wondering. Just heading down into Dingwall. I'll go forwards again now and I'll explain what I did. I've stuck a piece of aluminium tube over the mount, so the two halves of it. It's in two halves, the top and the bottom, and the top part swivels around, and there's a spring inside and some teeth in the bottom, and the spring's just not quite strong enough to handle the vibrations on Bobby. So I'm hoping that the aluminium tube that I put around the outside will stop it wobbling. There's an aluminium tube and it was just slightly larger than the 360 mount, so I've used a piece of perspex around the inside to fill in the gap, which will also help to reduce the friction between the aluminium tube and the mount. And there's a bit of grease in there, a bit of silicone grease, just to assist with the friction and stop water getting in. So we'll see how it does. Well, it's a bit drier here, which is good. So that was Dingwall. Well, it was the outskirts of Dingwall. We're now heading for Strathpeffer. I've got my audio recorder in the humpback behind me, and I put it in there's a pocket on the humpback to put the waterproof cover in. I put the audio recorder in that, but it's I can feel my back is rubbing against it, so I have a feeling it's going to come out pretty rubbish. So on the way back I'll move it and put it at a different place. Yeah, Bobby seems happy enough after being laid up for 3 months. I did have to do a little bit of maintenance. The chain had developed a load of tight spots, so I had to deal with that. There's still one that I couldn't get to move, so I'm hoping that'll free off after a trip to Inverness and back. And the front brakes were sticking, so I had to take the caliper off and give it a good clean. But apart from that, he's running fine. Right, next three villages, Marybank. Now if we turn right here, that takes us to Strathconnan. That's a great run. Do that one of these days. Won't be today though. I'll wait for some decent weather. Should still be a few good days between now and the end of autumn. Right, we've got an MOT. So now I can go out for a ride when I want to. Well, almost. With being ill for so long, I didn't deal with my licence, which I have to renew because I'm coming up to 70 very soon, and I left it just a bit too late, so I'm going to be off the road for a couple of weeks while I wait for my licence. But after being off the road for over 3 months, a couple of weeks isn't going to make much difference. Look at that blue sky. It's not blue over there though. Well, we'll take the back road this time, skip the roadworks. The sun's out. Take a different route. I need to stop in Dingwall at the post office to get my driving licence form, so easier to go this way. Right, off out again. The post office in Dingwall was shut, so I've got to go out again to a different post office. Hopefully the post office in Alness will have a driving licence form. If not, I'll have to go to Inverness. I need to get a passport photo as well for the licence. And I've changed the audio recorder setup again because, as far as I can see, the internal microphones are just far too sensitive. So I've stuck in an external mic and turned the mic power off, so its sensitivity is very, very low. And we'll see what that does. Right, we have our application form for a driving licence and a passport photo. What a faff that was. Went to the good old days when you sat down, it took your picture, you give it some money, and that was that. Just a lot of faffing about. I don't know. So much for technology making life easier, huh? It took nearly half an hour to get a passport photo instead of 5 blooming minutes. That's the way life is going though. spend all our time clicking buttons and listening to artificial idiots. Okay, I'm going to wrap this up now. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing if you have done. Thanks for your comments. Thanks for your likes. And I'll speak to you again on the next one. Bye for now.